Our topic is: should organ trade be legalized in Hong Kong to deal with the high demand of organ transplantation? The definition of organ transplant is that the transplant part of an organ from a living or in vivo or removal of the remains, which is legal in Hong Kong. The definition of organ trade is that the selling of organs from living donors where benefits to both donor and recipient. It is illegal in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, organ transplant include kidneys, liver, heart and lungs. Tissue transplant include corneas, bones and skin. Organ donation encourages people to donate their organs after death. It requires filling an organ donation card in Central Organ Donation Register. It also requires family consent. According to the data of Hospital Authority in 2010, only half of the families agreed to donate organs. According to the situation in Hong Kong, more than 2,000 people in Hong Kong are waiting for the organ transplant, but only 470 human organs or tissues donation in 2012. Organ transplant is far behind the demand. Patients are still suffering from physical and mental illness. And the cultural problem is that the family members of the donors want to save the whole dead body parts. Even 70% of people express their willingness to donate organs after death. Only 1.1% family members support organ donation. So that patients die without suitable organs and increase of black market organs. The risk will be the illegal arrest and the medical malpractice. Should Hong Kong follow the countries where organ trade is legalized? Why is there a great demand of organ trade? There is organ shortage, where increasing demand but less donations. There are only 14.7% donors per 1 million people in the world. There is negative perception in society, which includes the religion and emotions. Also, the mistrust in organ transplant system in each country, and human rights include receiving health care and rights to live. And why do people sell their organs? It's about the poverty, as it's a fast way to earn money. It can provide a better future for their families. Also, some people are lack of education, and some of them are forced to donate. This is a graph showing that the donors and the recipients in the world, most of the recipients are mature with high income who come from the developed countries, and most of the donors are young with lower income who come from the developing countries. There is an international legal framework according to the World Health Organization, WHO. It is strongly against payment for any type of organ donation. Organ trade is illegal in all countries except Iran. The Istanbul Declaration of 2008 condemns commercial transplant on the grounds of principle of equity, justice, and respect of human dignity. Organ trade is prohibited by Article 3 of the Declaration of the Fundamental Rights of the European Union. China, the country with the second highest transplantation rate, has recently introduced stronger restriction on organ trade as well. Cap 465 laws of Hong Kong, Human Organ Transplant Ordinance prohibits commercial dealings in human organs, including the main provision of Section 4. The main content is as follows: prohibit commercial dealings in human organs, prohibit advertised commercial dealings in human organs, and export prohibition of commercial dealings in human organs. The advantages of organs trade include limit criminal activities. It means that the emergence of black market of organ trade will be reduced. The living organs are proven that it's better than the organs from the dead. It has less side effects when transplanted. Higher availability of organs, which helps to alleviate organ shortage. Moreover, the self-determination of both the donor and recipient could perform their rights to decide the usage of their organs. On the other hand, the disadvantages of organ trade are inequality among the rich and the poor, and it will open the market of organ tourism, which means that the foreigners might use the resources of Iran so affect the supply to the local citizen. Here is the sample of organ trade in Iran, which is legal. Kidney trade is allowed in Iran only, so there are no patients awaiting for kidney transplant. Only the Iran citizens can be the donors or recipients. The patients have to be diagnosed by a group of experts, and they will find suitable kidneys from close relatives. There is a monetary return scheme in Iran, monetary return to the seller, which include $1,200 compensation and limited medical insurance by the government. Also, $2,300 to $4,500 reward from the recipient. It would be paid by the charity if the recipient is poor. Here is the example of organ trade in China, which is illegal. A man named Lao Kun Singh, he lived in a village with his sick father. Because of poor, they have not enough money for the medical treatment. So he sold 1/3 of the liver for RMB 40,000 illegally. In his opinion, selling organ can help to save his father and maintain the sufferer's life. After the surgery, Lao became an intermediary of organ trade and became a profiteer. Lastly, he was arrested and accused by operating illegal business. Is organ trade an ethical solution? There are some considerations needed to concern first. For example, it can save many lives and the compensation could improve the situation of the donor. Also, there is argument on sanity of altruism. It argues that the organ donation should be a purely altruistic affair. Brain trade in it is not a purely altruistic affair. And the other argument is against the commodification. It is a strong point of capitalism in that it makes things valuable and benefits everyone. It opens a way for freedom of choice and the dynamics of freedom. Without commodification, beneficial exchange cannot take place and we are forced into centralized control and stagnation. To conclude, WHO European Union Declaration of Istanbul of 2008 and most of the countries prohibit organ trade. It is only legal in Iran with state-controlled system. People of most economically developed countries buy organs from the citizens of less economically developed countries. We should consider the pros and cons on ethical arguments towards the organ trade.